Hello. Felt like playing some Vanessa today. I've just been decayed out of top 1k, so I'd like to try and keep myself within 1k, and I thought, play a game, record it and see what happens. The streets are saying that Vanessa is one of the best characters right now. Some people saying top 3, top 2, top 1. She definitely feels stronger than last season to me, and obviously as someone who only plays Vanessa, that's pretty good for me. I think it's a bit too early to say how exactly strong she is. I don't think we have enough data yet. I think once it gets to sort of the middle of this season, we'll have a better idea of just how strong she is, whether she's in the top 2, etc. She definitely feels stronger. I'm happy to see Cult. He can give me burn in the forms of Burnacuda or Pop Snapper, or just a pure weapons line if I'm good at Ramrod. So I'll click Cult. He could just give me a full board for today, so that's pretty good for me. We'll take the revolver. It's kind of hard to take the cannon without Ramrod, but I have another look at ammo items after this roll, so I will hold it kind of speculatively and see if I get Ramrod. And I did not, so I'm just going to roll for now. And I will just click Andy for a bit more direction. So here's some reload for this cannon, which is nice. I mean, I would prefer Ramrod, but in a pinch this will do. I will also take the Narwhal, and I will just go forward with this ammo weapons for now. Kyber Dome doesn't really interest me on day one. I'm never interested in playing Long John. These other payouts are only okay. Banana Ball never really does anything for Vanessa apart from the voucher. Happy Camper, if I can take him, I'd like to. I think my cannon, which goes off every 4 seconds and does 40 damage, is pretty good. I just need 3 shots to kill him. Plus minus the regen and the revolver damage, so I think I'm pretty confident I can kill this guy. Payouts aren't the best for a non-burn line. Extra Cinders is not bad on the cannon. Portable Stove is nice for burn. This is a weapon, although it's not very good if I don't have rage. And Trail Mix can take you pretty far. The burn doesn't scale. The burn is based off the regen, so it doesn't scale how you would expect, but cooldown can get to 5 seconds, and -2 more for completing the first quest, and the multicast for another quest. So this can be a really good burn item if I do get it. But I've got a Skewer, which is okay. I probably never want to waste my time getting a heated slot, so this is just a 5 damage deal 10 regen one, which is fine. The regen is not based off the damage. It's not like regen for 10% of your damage, so I can't really scale the regen without getting some loot, so that's not very good for me. I do have a friend, so I will click Tiny Furry Monster. Damage skill is not bad here. Crit is okay as well. I will take 5 damage across the board. So now I could roll for another damage skill here, but I don't really... I mean, this board is okay. If I get some right-sided damage, I could still play this and just save my gold. The other idea is to find an enchanted bronze to give my board a bit more direction, because I'm not really happy with this. The cannon without a ramrod is only fine. I would much prefer to see a ramrod here, so I'm going to actually look for a shiny item and try and get some more direction. So these are all kind of interesting. Pesky Pete with Fiery Enchant is a lot more appealing than base Pesky Pete, because his level reduces his cooldown, so that's pretty good. This is 4 burn that can get quicker and quicker with multicast. Could just go for the hook with the Resto Enchant and with the strength and try and win the day here. Pearl is not bad either. I don't have a lot of aquatics to make use of it now, but I could spam it pretty quickly if I do go an aquatic line. So I have a choice here. These two I can't really play today, whereas the Resto Grappling Hook I can. Unfortunately, this is pretty slow. 7 seconds activation, and at bronze it only slows 1, so it's not doing the most. Potentially with this plus my Skewer, I could guarantee myself a win over any non-scaling board. But Pete gives me more of a long-term plan. The problem is I'm probably never interested in upgrading this Resto Grappling Hook, but with Pete I was. I'm going to hold up to Pete for now. I just hope my board is good enough for today. But we'll try and get a small friend now for later. I do not mind Pet Raptor actually. This gives 10 crit to my items, and that might be enough to make a difference to my board. So I'll go with this. It's not the best day 1 board as far as they can go. But if I can get a crit on the cannon, I can potentially make a difference here. So let's see.
It makes this more fun. I may be young for a captain, but I've seen my share of storms.
This guy has a mix of everything. Poison, burn, and flying fish. So it's the poison that's going to kill me here. Nothing else is that scary. Volcanic vents with 3 burn is not really enough to be menacing to me. My damage doesn't scale. His poison scales for sure, but nothing else of his damage scales. So I think eventually I do just kill this guy because of my raw damage, and obviously a crit will help me along the way. So pretty good. This isn't ideal. This is ideal as far as a person to face. So pretty happy about that. Okay. I'm still not committed to a weapon line with the items I have, so I'm kind of spoiled for choice where I want to go next. This friends line does pretty much, this burn line, so it does seem like it's intact here. I just need to find a few more tools. So I will go to Kina and just have a look at what I can find. Cove does not interest me, but the combination of ambergris and coral armor does. I can get a lot of value from both of these just by buying aquatic items, so I will take both. And I can't afford to roll here really, so I'm just going to get out of here for now. We'll try and take the skill. A burn skill would be really appealing to me. +2 to all burn is... I mean, getting a really good burn silver skill here is very nice. Can't play Pete yet. I still need Zoacid or perhaps a Bernacuda. So this is what my board is going to be like for now at least. Crab has a very broken skill, but his other payouts don't really make my board better. And I don't think this skill alone is going to make me win the day. Covetous Thief is not bad. I could play Cloak, not on my cannon unfortunately, but on something else I could potentially put the Narwhal in. Ventriloquist is quite a hard fight. He does give me a small friend, which is nice, but this is a very hard fight. This thing critting 50% of the time is very much luck of the draw if you beat this guy, unless your build is very strong. So I'm going to go for Covetous Thief here.
Why run? We are everywhere.
I pretty confidently beat this fight. You can see my damage is not very interesting anymore. I think this burn line looks more appealing if I can find the pieces for it. Unfortunately, Kina didn't give me anything, but hopefully the next vendor is better for us. I will go see Andy. We'll take this as another friend. It's also an aquatic to juice the aquatic stuff I'm doing. We'll roll. Catfish is also okay. I was hoping really much for a gold selection here, but this stupid skewer is taking up my slots. There's not... I mean, there is a bronze ammo item I'm looking for. I wouldn't mind a ramrod. I wouldn't mind an upgrade to this either. The other option is just to get a bronze loot. But I think even if I get a bronze loot, I'm not going to play it. So I'm going to try and look for an ammo item that betters my board. And that does not better my board, unfortunately, but it's a nice try. Get rid of this for now. Nothing from Kev I would want to play. I mean, I could find more ways to juice up the ambergris, but again, this doesn't make my board better. So I'm going to take the small friend. It is a Narwhal upgrade, which is okay. This is kind of tough, actually. I could just try and play P on my board. Unfortunately, if the enemy has defensive scaling, I pretty much lose. So I could do something like this with the cannon and just hope burn is enough. The other option is just to play the weapons I was before, but I think this will be better. If this Karnak has defensive scaling, I lose, but I probably lost anyway, so I'm going to try and set myself up better with this and hope it's good enough. But my board is pretty weak starting off. Looks like pure weapons. Is this going to be a Chartered Water Skin? Oh no, Toxic Jerky. This is pretty spooky. I think I do lose potentially, unless my Pete can stack a lot of burn here. I feel like Batlack's got burst. This thing used to be a real monster, but it doesn't seem to be... I guess he probably didn't have it set up. I don't really know what Karnak needs to make Batlax playable, but he didn't even enter Rage, which was pretty bad for him. Is he not meant to haste the Batlax? I don't know. I'll take another free win though. Okay. Looks like I'm getting out of this weapon thing. So I could just go to Jungle Ruins and hope for a... hope for some cinders for my Pete. I could look to Midsworth for small items to upgrade my Pete as well. Or get better small friends like Zoacid or Bernacuda. And I think I will actually. My chance of getting large items is pretty small. There's only a few. So I've got a chance of just seeing small items. Pop snappers is nice. I can probably get rid of the cannon and have the pop snappers giving me ammo. And I will just take these small aquatic items and probably not roll. I'm going to sell this. Actually, I'm probably not playing these anymore, so that's a lot of gold I have. So I actually am going to roll here and try and look for better stuff. I will upgrade the Yeti Crab. I could very much play EDC if I find it. So having a silver Yeti Crab makes that whole thing better for me. I will take a package.
It's just a box, okay?
I'd very much like to complete the silver packages rather than the bronze packages. So Colt gives me a small enchanted weapon, probably not going to play it. Mittel gives me a small enchanted Mittel. I just saw Mittel, so I can't get this package today. And JJ gives me a small enchanted small. Yeah, I'll take this instead.
Get this where it needs to go. It'll be worth your trouble.
Let's just make some space. A double barrel's never seen play again. I will just put the shell in, I guess, for now. I would like to take Mosquito if I can. My burn is pretty slow is the only problem. And he does regen. Frost Challenger does nothing for me, so I think Tempest Bravo is the safe choice. But man, I really want to get the Probo. But I think I'll take Tempest Bravo here. Cinder is not bad, and given my +2 burn from the Chemical Fire, even Cutlass is not bad here. The skill is obviously fine. Even the gold is extra gold, so pretty good payouts. My worst is obviously Sharpening Stone. My burn is not bad actually. I probably could have fought the Mosquito, but better safe than sorry in these fights. Getting the XP is the most important thing, and 10% crit, not bad. Would love to see an Oni mask here. I am going to go to Valpak. Any small bronze aquatic is 1 gold, so I'll basically be getting paid to buy it. And that improves all my stuff that I'm doing here. It's nice.
Love this company.
That's not a small bronze. I mean, this is free as well, so I can buy it.
Came all the way here. Might as well stock up.
Okay, here we go. Some items I actually want to play now are showing up. So I need 3 for the vents, which I will take.
Those cards are
And this is free.
for a reason.
So we'll just hold on to it for now.
300 more for free shipping.
So I'm going to take the upgrade on the Pete, getting him 1 less cooldown, which will make a big difference here. And then I'll probably just be putting the vents in, and if I wasn't so starved for gold, I would be happy to just click rest and guarantee the fight, but I do need some gold, so I'm going to take a medium. Ramrod is not as bad. Ramrod has become a lot more valuable in my eyes now because Bernacuda exists, and because this whole blunderbuss loop thing is very playable once you get incendiary rounds, so I don't mind keeping this for the long term as well. This is probably not going to be played. This is probably not going to be played. Pet Rocks could see play, just because it's a bit of crit. Probably not on a burn board, but some sort. If this ends up going back into a weapons build again, I wouldn't hate it. Dooley, I didn't see his win, so I'm in the dark here. If this is some stupid... Yeah, I just think this weak point detector stuff is really strong for no reason. It's kind of hard to fight with this, all the charging you do very quickly. Like, this guy shot me for a lot already. Yeah. I don't know, is this not just overtuned or something? Seems like an insane amount of damage to do immediately. Yeah, this feels very strong. Fair enough. Sometimes the opponent has a better board than you. My board was not very good by any means, and it starts off pretty slow, so can't exactly complain. I wish I had an Docs item. I don't really want to go to Isla, to be honest. I mean, I guess Zoacid is a weapon, but it feels pretty bad to fish for a weapon that way, so I'm going to just go to Docs, get the 2 gold and a tool I'll take. Honing Steel doesn't really interest me. This is tough. Mountain Pass is quite hard to pass up just because you can get XP from it. I'm trying to think if there's any medium items I'd really want from Mattel. I could get EDC, and I think that's pretty playable with the Yeti Crab. My skills are pretty good though. It is closer than I'd like to say. I think I will just take the Mountain Pass. And I did get a fight, which is nice. Extra XP ramp. My burn starts off pretty slowly. I've got a little bit of defense in the coral armor, so hopefully most boards that aren't optimized weak points to take the Julie I can take. Yes, there's a lot of burn. Wow. I'm very, very fortunate to get a extremely powerful skill so early for no reason. Succulents, sure. Another fight. So Rotari, I don't ever think does much for Vanessa. I mean, you can get the reroll token from him now, but otherwise, you don't really get rewarded for much for this fight. Brawler is never bad. You have some tools, so you can get this upgrade to work. He obviously gives you a ticket. This is a decent crit skill. This is a decent skill as well. A Hexa, obviously, if I'm going for burn, this is pretty good. So I will try and fight a Hexa. She does eat my small items, which kind of sucks. If my Pete or Snappers get taken over first, I might just lose. But I have some burn between these items, so let's see. As long as Pete goes off once at least, I'll be fine, I think. We got eaten immediately. That really sucks. That's okay. I think my burn stacked enough by letting it go off once.
Sorry, I didn't get
that was pretty unlucky.
Can we fight again?
And obviously, I'm looking for the solar farm, but the other items are okay in terms of gold, at least.
Ride that tide!
Okay, Argenta would obviously ideally like a burn skill. Flat burn is okay, but burn scaling is really what I'd like. Your conflagrations, your on crit burn, your on haste burn, even on ammo use burn. So one of those skills is what I'm looking for. Nothing of this is good for me, so let's roll again. And these suck as well. This is unfortunate to find. Can't make use of initial chill, can't make use of beautiful friendship, so I think I'm just going to click the loot, and I'm going to have to work harder to make my build better today. Fortunately, that means I'm going to have to go to Curio and hope for some burn increases, and let's see if we can get any. I'm going to take the Magma Core for later. There is some shenanigans I can do if I do get instantly rounds of Blunderbuss, etc. We'll take an extra burn item, going to sell these and Succulent as well. We'll take a bit of extra health. This is the same amount of gold, so it doesn't make a difference. Not a single burn upgrade sucks. I will hold this for Burn Akuda though. See if my enchant is not bad. Okay, not bad actually at all. Heavy Zoacid. So I'm going to move stuff around a little bit. Oh, no, actually I'm not going to move it like that. So do it like this. Can get rid of the crab. Actually, I'll put the crab in because the freeze is still probably more over than narwhal damage, and this is what my burn is going to look like. I will put the stove in instead of this. I don't think their shield matters, so I just want as many burn pox as possible. You're probably not seeing play. And then what I will do is I'll just break the cooldown now and then save this for Burn Akuda. So I could get Farai to take me to JJ now and just cash out the package, or I could go to Barkin. There's nothing really from Barkin I want specifically. There's no large item that makes my build better. So we'll just go to Farai. And if you have a package and you see Farai again, he can either take you to the shop you need to sell it to, or you can get another package from him. But I will just take the shop here. I do actually want to see another shop anyway. So this is great. Upgrade to my Ambergris. I will sell this. Turbo Bolus, like Nico Bolus, doesn't really do anything for my board. I mean, I could put it in for the Pop Snappers, but I want the burn procs. This is free. Now my Ambergris is increased. If I had more set up for Submarine, I wouldn't mind picking it up. I don't have space either, but it's not the worst thing in the world. But I don't have space, so it doesn't make a difference. Okay, my burn is decent now. Having haste for the Pesky Pete makes me feel a lot better. My Zoacid being bronze does not make me very happy. The 1 second cooldown can make a big difference with all the charging I'm doing. So this could be a close fight. If the Mac has a lot of regen, this might be a lot harder for me. So we'll have to see what kind of build he has. Burn regen with a broken skill, but his burn skill is worse than mine, so we'll see. 10%. This could be close. He got 40 regen instantly, so that's pretty tough. Yeah, this is not good for me.
There is always a price for knowledge. You have just paid it.
Yeah, the first 4 times you use the potion each fight get regen. That's brutal. Fair enough. I mean, I got perfectly counted on my specific build, and it's not particularly strong. Not much you can do about that. Okay. Again, if I had a dock items, I'd like to go to docks, but I think I'm just going to take the cinders and put it on my Pete for now. I need some damage, because I didn't get a damage scaling skill, so I'd like to at least speed up what I'm doing for now. 7 gold is pretty hard to pass up, but I just favour loot so much more, especially now that I can get gunpowder. I did not but that's okay. Pearl's dig site is quite hard to pass up just because the high roll chance. I do have a decent amount of gold. I got probably 4 to sell, and I've got my ambergris as well. And JJ is not the most appealing just because he's not specific about what he gives. I'll go to Pearl's dig site. Maybe I can find something to get me out of the hole that is this fight. Probably can't make use of any of these. Actually, Wally Bird is interesting. He's a cool guy.
I'll fetch you a fresh
It's hard to pass up a free wanted poster, even though it doesn't make my board better. I have 2 more shops, and the earlier I get wanted poster, the better it pays out for me. I do really like to see Infernal Envoy for my burn build, so I'll take this. I would really not mind at all getting the Resto Firepool to give myself some better defense than what Coral Armor is giving me right now. So let's see. And my peat burns for a decent amount, it's just my start time is pretty slow.
From the flame of every candle, watch.
I did get a Fire Claw, so Coral Armor can go, I'll put this in. And probably what I'm going to end up hasting instead of the Volcanic Fence. So Volcanic Fence is probably next to go, if anything is going to go. So seeing Street Festival before day 6 is interesting because it can give you a gold encounter, and that can maybe break the game for you, so I will just get a Street Festival. Jules is not the worst. She does have burn items I can get, so I will go visit her. I don't really know a lot about what Jules does, so I'm going to just have to have a bit of a look around. So I don't mind black pepper, especially since I'm going to replace the vents with something.
Now that's
Probably can't make use of any of these, but I will roll. I have a lot of gold because my ambergris has been stacking in the background the whole time. Caviar now will scale. It's not the most interesting, but I have a spare slot, so I will have to put in something, and I probably will just pick up the caviar and hold on to it.
honestly, I don't need any of this. I'm doing it for lore.
And I will take the XP again. Charge adjacent items. Yes, I prefer it like this. I could have it next to the pop snappers as well, but so having the Resto Firepool for defense is real nice. It's not the most amount of healing, but it is something. This slow was actually pretty relevant, surprisingly.
Waste of gunpowder.
An extra gold giving man. Okay, I think Pet Rock is probably not going to see any play.
Rally, men! Blades to the
Another
wind!
chance at hitting a burn skill. If I don't hit one, I have to think about what my build is going to be long term because I don't have any burn scaling. I could still play Lighthouse just with the slow, especially having a heavy Zoosid is very nice. The other idea is turning this into Primordial, but I don't have Incendiary rounds yet, so it's going to be hard for me to just hard pivot into Primordial very soon.
My training is
let's
about
have a
letting
look.
go of what holds you down. Think you're ready for that?
It's okay. It's not the most exciting. It is extra burn on my peat. I think I'm going to roll. Okay, punished a bit. Well, punished a lot. If I do end up playing Lighthouse, this will be better for me, so I will take the net launcher.
I hope we can do this again.
And let's see. Vanessa, who's 1 level down on me, but has 1 win up on me, so.
You should know. I'm a bit of a
Sekiro.
legend
Oh my
in
lord.
Lago.
It's him.
Go ahead. Underestimate me. It makes this more
Weapons,
fun.
is this Lighthouse? A lot of crit skills. Whereas this seems pretty slow. No haste on the flagship, and the damage killings come from sharp claws. I say that, he's got 100% crit. Oh, from the crow's nest
talent.
bouncing it, of
You
course,
should
of course.
put it toward nobler.
Well, unfortunately his damage scaling was pretty slow, and no haste on the flagship meant it was never going to be a threat. So pretty lucky to face that guy specifically. It is day 6 now, gold items are coming in, and if I'm thinking I'm going to be playing Lighthouse, I need to start looking for the right pieces now. This can be 20, right? I'm just going to put it here so I can see it.
Ah, a friend. I mean, a customer.
I'm not really going to be a weather glass angled. There is my beloved Bernacuda, so Turbo Bolus, you can
Do you
go.
have to leave already?
I'm just going to get the haste on this now, so I have space as well. So now this haste for 2, so it perma hastes, which is beautiful. And now I can start doing this instead. So I don't need the crab anymore. I guess I can put the crit in for now. Aerodrome is kind of hard. You do spend a lot of time re-rolling because there's a lot of chump sort of nodes you can get, like the early ones. So you spend a lot more time re-rolling than you do on, say, someone like Pearl's dig site, and you don't have the chance. You don't get paid back in the same way you do with Pearl. So I'm not going to favor it as much. I do see Incendiary rounds, which is nice. Okay, so Primordial is definitely on the table now, which is nice. I don't really think I'm going to pick Bonfire up. I can put this in instead of the Caviar though, which is nice for me. And now just looking for those pieces. So these are free in the sense that they buff my ambergris, but I don't really get rewarded for spending gold on them. Trash Golem is interesting. He can allow your reload loops to work better. I don't think I'm going for that board. I do have the Ramrod, but I'm still a few pieces away. I still need my Blunderbuss. I still need ammo for the Blunderbuss as well. It's not off the table by any means. I don't have a scaling skill for it, but it's not the best. If I find Blunderbuss, it would be better, but I don't have them right now. If I'm not playing Poison, Foundation Weeper doesn't really give me anything. I mean, it can give me a ticket. Mosquito can obviously give me Probo, and I can just play the Probo Dream. I do also think I beat Mosquito now, so I'm going to take the fight. I would really love to see my Zersid upgraded though, so let's see. Yeah, my Pete applies a heck ton of burn, which is super nice. Getting the Resto Fireclaw gave me some defense, so I can probably win today. I can maybe win tomorrow. After that, I think I'm going to have to hard pivot in order to win, especially without
We
scaling
barely
skill.
got our flags up.
Interesting.
Let's take a
Nothing
tyrant's
interesting.
whole kingdom.
So if I did believe in this Blunderbuss idea, I could go for C4. Weapons doesn't do anything for me particularly, or I could just get guaranteed gold from all in. There is also the on ammo use gain burn, which is pretty, as far as scaling goes, it's not bad. So I might just go to C4 instead. I don't mind extra ammo for Burnicuda or Pop Snapper because I don't want to have to rely on Powderhorn long term anyway. So, and I did get the Flashpoint fuse, which is very nice. I will pick it up. So now I can play something like Lighthouse with a lot more confidence. So that's good. I'm going to take the upgrade. I just need to keep track on this. I'm going to take the upgrade. I'm going to put up my Zersid. I desperately want this guy upgraded. And the longer this goes, the less chance I will even see a bronze upgrade in shop anymore. So I should get ahead of it while I can. I'm going to go to Isla looking for Blunderbuss or the... Well, this is really still staying low. Or Primordial, because both of those can be my long-term pivots. So
Any good fights lately?
I don't mind seeing either of them. Repeater is part of that world. The problem is he's expensive and I don't really have the space for him long term, but it's only got 8 gold for now, so let's see. Okay, I do need to make a space. I forgot I have supply cash actually, so I don't believe in this Caviar, so I will go here. So at the end of day 6, my rule is always that I want to have at least 3 wins by the end of day 6, otherwise I'm in a very bad spot. So I've already beaten that goal. I would love to get this win as well. Mac, who has the same amount of wins as me, I do have a level up on him, which is nice. So let's take this fight and see what happens. Again, regen scaling sucks for me, but there's not much I can do about that. I do have some burn scaling now because of Flashpoint Fuse, if that's what it's even called. And I'm constantly using the Burnicuda and it is getting reloaded anyway, so this Flashpoint Fuse is nice. This I don't think is too scary, is it? Damage doesn't scale. Oh, I guess he was going for Magic Carpet Crit. It's a cool build, to be sure. I don't know what the Freestone is doing here, though. Okay, 4 wins by day 6 makes me feel a lot better, considering how tough my early game was. Still looking for those late game pivots, and they are large items. The other idea is to get to Grandmaster and just look for a fuse upgrade. I wouldn't mind 1, 2, 3, 4 of these abilities being upgraded. Well, probably 3. But I think I need to start thinking long term. This is really this really does not want to upgrade her.
I'll never resell this.
I'll still believe in this being above 10, so I'll keep it there for now. Wow, truly awful items to see. Nothing even medium that I wanted. Mittel can give me some stuff for the Lighthouse line, so I will go into that. It can also give me the Blunderbuss, which would be nice. Fishing net is a slow producer. Okay, I'm going to get rid of the repeater. I don't think it's necessary for what I'm going
really
for.
gonna enjoy that.
So Corsair does have the lighthouse, obviously. Oh, he's a diamond lighthouse as well. Nice. Unfortunately, this fight is very hard for basically anyone who isn't Mac to beat, and I don't think I'll beat it on this build. Dirigible Jack is not bad. He gives a ticket, and Poppy Field is great. Can be used in some weapon builds, but again, not for me. So it will be Ghost Pepper, who's giving me all sorts of burn stuff. I wouldn't mind anything. I wouldn't mind the skill, because this is stacking defense. Especially for Lighthouse, this is insane. So basically any of the small items, or any of the skills I wouldn't mind. I mean, this is okay nowadays, but... my burn does scale, and scaling burn increases my fire claw damage as well. Okay, some good hits I can get from here. Let's see. That's probably one of the worst ones, unfortunately. This is just so slow, and I don't have... well, I say that, I can put it in for the incendiary rounds, actually. Okay, right now it's not bad, actually, so I will put it in. I will always take loot. Cooldown is not bad. Okay, I think the Blunderbuss Stream is going to be dead for now. There's better pivots for me, so I'll look for them. I would really like a skill, but this can give me Primordial. It's close, actually. Closer than I would like to admit. How realistically can I play Primordial here? What would my board look like? So Fireclaw wouldn't be in. So let's just say this is the Primordial. I would need rounds next to it. I would need something like this. Probably this is what the haste is going to look like. And then these are not bad. The problem is my incendiary rounds is not going off super quick. Probably be like this, right? This is not bad, actually. Actually, I'm probably... well, I would like to put this in instead for now. Well, long term. Yep, I will look for Primordial. My board is not bad for it, so...
My weapons? Whoa.
I would like a chance to get it. I didn't get it. Oh,
I
that's okay.
respect new food, but bare
Primordial is aquatic, Lighthouse is aquatic. Scimitar. Probably not playable, unfortunately. I only have 10% crit. Wow, my luck at getting the right pieces is just abysmal.
I'm
Huh?
sure you'll still win.
That's okay.
Even without my
So I'm going to sell the
treasures.
feather just to get the effect. Put the burn like this. Organize my stuff how it was before. It was like this. Do need the pop snappers in just for a bit of burn scaling, and I think it will be like this. The other idea is to get incendiary rounds in just for more start time, which I think might be more important, but I'll play it like this. I need 2 slots. Pig with equal amount of wins can be very scary if
I may be
he's
young, Paul Captain, but I've seen my share.
a very
of
bursty
storms.
build. I think defensive scaling I can take, but if he's got a lot more... is this just bloody hot springs with a bunch of freeze? Yeah. But he's put the cooldown on the truck for some reason. Huh. This is still pretty scary. He's just going to freeze me hard here. He's got a lot of burn. Okay, I do need my claw to go off. Okay, I had enough burn scaling, but this was still pretty close. He only had 1 damage item. I think if he had hasted the private hot springs, I would have... oh, sorry, put the gramophone next to the hot springs, I would have lost, but... will not complain. Big items is what I'm looking for. Let's go.
Little sentience, love shots. So I opened
Okay, finally it's on more than 10 gold. I will take it. There is Primordial, and I think he's going to join us.
coins are like
What it's worth, I do think Lighthouse is better, but I mean, for one, I just play Lighthouse so much that I'd like to show something else off. So I do have my enchant coming up, which is perfect timing because I'd like to get something on the Primordial instead of whatever I have for now. So I do need rounds next to him. Something like this. I do not need the burn scaling particularly. So ideally, I don't want the powder horn in. So I'm gonna do like something like this, perhaps. With the idea of burning like this. Okay. Let's see. I would really like dive weights and perhaps nesting doll, just for some fast triggers. P upgrade is nice, it reduces the cooldown by 1 second, which is going to make a difference. Could potentially put pick in, it is also a 4-second primordial trigger. But I think that's not much better than what I'm doing here, so I'll just keep moving. Burninator is great for slow burn, which I'm probably not going anymore. Eternal Frigate is interesting, it gives start time. I can get another incendiary rounds because they're not of the same level, so it won't actually upgrade, it will just give me 2. Now that dupe is pretty powerful. It also can get additional pop snappers, which is pretty powerful. Cosmo Rock is always not bad, crit is not bad, cooldown's not bad, but I think Frigate just pays me out a bit better. It's critical a lot of Pokemon. So I just need to start thinking of getting faster triggers for my Promwood. He will eventually, well, mildly loop himself with the Incendiary rounds, but firstly I need to solve getting him to start fast, and then I need to solve looping him. So we have 2 objectives now to complete here. And now my net launcher is finally working. Yahoo!
Maybe a skirmish.
I do have a ticket, which is very interesting. So I think I'm going to sell this. Tick.
Ride that tide!
Not very good enchants actually for me now, and I'll explain why. So ideally my long-term goal is to get a defensive enchant on the Primordial and just have him looping from something else. You might just think I want to put Burning enchant on Primordial so he charges himself 4 times when he goes off, but long-term I think defensive enchants would be better to save me from getting burst and one-shot. So I need to have these guys carrying my enchants, and having Burning enchants means these I can't, get double triggers from these items. The ideal is to have Toxic on your Incendiary round, so it gives 2 triggers when it activates, and so Primordial charges himself 4 times. Luckily I have the ticket, which means by the end of the expedition I have a high chance of getting another free Toxic, Fiery, or Obsidian enchant. Obsidian would obviously go on the Primordial. Toxic could go on the Incendiary rounds, and Fiery would probably be wasted. But for now, I think I'm just going to put Fiery on my Exhausted. Heavy doesn't do anything for this build, and Fiery can add an extra trigger and help him charge himself a bit. I want to get this guy's cooldown faster anyway, so it's pretty good all around. I think this Resto Fire Claw is getting out of here. I really like to go to Berserkon and take the small Enchanted for when I'm building Primordial. You can get you have a high chance of getting things like Shiny and Icy, which if the item itself isn't good, you can later re-roll it and get a powerful item that helps you Primordial. So I'm going to click these and hope for something good. So here is Radiant. Oh, so okay. Well, this is something interesting has arrived. Pretty interesting ones all around, actually. I'm going to have to start making some space. Probably sell Pop Snappers. So Radiant Flintstones, I'm probably not going to make good use of. I could put it in for one of these tools, but it's not any faster. Fiery Knife Sharpener could be put in play, or it could be re-rolled into something. But this item, Shiny Venom specifically, itself is not bad because I can place it to the right of Primordial, and he gives off. So he will charge himself 4 times. Because of the Venom proc, but this is Shiny, so he'll charge himself 8 times off one activation. So between these 2 items, my Primordial will cycle himself. So all I need to care about now is start time. So I need to get I need to charge the Primordial as soon as possible. That's my entire game plan here. So with that in mind, I would like to get Pete to go off. And now I just need to get the most triggers. It's going to be hard to get Hot Sauce to activate. Relic or Tool? I only have 1 tool here, so I think it's going to be Portable Stove. It might just be better to put the Black Pepper here. I want this to go off multiple times to get the Incendiary rounds to go off. I need to make 2 spaces here. I would still not mind dive weights, to be honest, so I'm going to still look for small items.
Huge items. Price? Don't care.
So now, as soon as my Primordial goes off, he's going to start looping himself, because he goes off 4 times, and this is 4 triggers from this, and then 8 triggers from this. So that's 12 triggers. Charge by 2 is 24 charge, and his activation time is 25 seconds. So in theory, the Primordial loops himself. I just have to get him to go off first now. So start time is the plan, and you know what that means. Holsters Barnacuda, baby.
Legend on Pelago.
The other idea is to find Iceberg and just let the enemy do the start time for me, but I'd much prefer to do it myself if I can. So there's the start time. Now my Primordial
Next
is
time,
looping.
boys, less blunder, more plunder.
I presume this is 2 separate charge procs. It's kind of hard to tell. This guy also did a lot of damage to me. It's kind of spooky. Anyway, now it's time for Expedition. I'd love to get a Obsidian enchant on my Primordial, but let's see. Let's see the skill. not very useful. Had this ambergris the whole time, which is nice. So I don't really care about getting a cinders or toxic, so I guess I'll just go for obsidian and get a bit more damage on my primordial. It doesn't make that much of a difference, to be honest. Yeah, so this start time is pretty bad. I'd love to have pop snipers here in actuality. A bit of extra ammo on burner kid would be nice. Zorset upgrade would be nice. Primordial upgrade would obviously be nice. It doubles the damage it gains, so this would have had 800 damage.
Now this is how you win a war.
Crit is okay. Old Zane can give me some cooldown, which is nice. He can give me some charge time as well. Yeah, I think it's kind of hard for me to make use of crit, so I'm just going to go for Old Zane here.
Look what the tide rushed.
Inexorable is fine. Realistically, I'm going to get maybe 10% crit chance from this at this point in this stage of the game, so I'm probably just going to roll and look for something a bit better. Didn't really get rewarded, unfortunately, so I'll just take the plus 30 on both sides. Pretty unfortunate. Could have just taken the inexorable and been happy about it, but thought I'd roll for something better. So let's just put the damage on here. So this, take this. Golden enchant is very nice. I'll see what's inside of here. Haste Mantis is pretty bad as far as it goes, unfortunately. We're going to sell this. Get an extra skill here. Well, that very much sucks. Lethargy kind of... Well, actually, it doesn't screw me over that bad in the sense that I'm charging my primordial is looping. The problem is my start time has kind of been screwed here now, so I'm going to have to try and solve that. But that's the price you pay for hitting the random skill, I guess. If I have a Radiant holster, I can probably actually charge pretty fast, but it's just about getting there.
Needs a guardian.
If this had more ammo, I could also put it adjacent to the incendiary rounds, and because it's 2 seconds, but with, well, 3 seconds, but with what I have now is not too good. Toxic Fangs is pretty good, it's just faster than the Black Pepper, so I will play it for now, and let's see what we get here. And there is my Obsidian Enchant, which is nice. Slap it on the old Primordial. I have another tool to haste, unfortunately, otherwise it might be better. I could also put Black Pepper in, but yeah, this lethargy skill has kind of cooked me here a bit, but let's see.
We're out to dethrone a king.
Luckily my
not to
Primordial does
swap
basically loop himself. Well, I
Go
guess he
ahead,
does also take 1 extra second,
underestimate me.
but I should
It
pick that
makes
up
this more
from my
fun.
smaller items. The problem is just getting the start time to go off. And this guy does have start time, so that's pretty spooky. So my Primordial is Obsidian now. Let's hopefully get a first activation, if everything isn't just a Mega Giga Flow. Yeah, he does charge loop himself, which is good. I just need to solve my own start time now. So holsters would pretty much be the way.
Rally men, blades to the wind.
If I'm going to take loot, I need to make a spot, so I'll do that. An extra skill. I haven't been burned by random skills before, have I? You know me, I would love to roll
As
the
a
dice here.
GSLA master merchant, I can.
It's like the baby birds that Destiny wants.
I'm going to hold on to this tripwire. If I get this enchanted, I can, with a fiery or toxic enchant, I can make the enemy charge for me, which might be able to get over the lethargy problems here, so we'll pick that up. And I'll just keep looking for upgrades or holsters. Could also get the tropical island to give me some long-term health. It is gold as well. The problem is I'm kind of starved for space, but this ambergris is probably not getting used anymore. These aren't much better yet. I'm going to put the island in. Because of how slow everything is, I kind of need a bit of insurance to survive, so... Yeah, unfortunately this tripwire is kind of a dream, so I will sell it and just get the space here. The Dreadnought is pretty nice. It gives me... It makes my Primordial like Omega Giga charge himself. The other options are haste burn from the Colossus, which is not bad. I think I'll take the Colossus in the end. It does give me extra XP as well, and this skill is going to help pick me up from all this slowness that is happening and ruining my life. Primordial is charging himself, so that's very ideal. I think I'm going to just move the Toxic Fangs to the other side. I don't want the Burner
As
Cooler.
spineless
I'm touching
as
it.
a jellyfish.
If I burn charge a shield item, so if I get a shield and then charge any of these, I'm good to go. Also, if I get Pop Snap, sorry, if I get Nesting Doll, that's a shield item, and that can be charged, so
Reward the
these are the kind of
peaceful,
things I'm looking for.
punish the
Cannonball doesn't interest me.
warful.
Jabbar is back in a major way. We'll just look inside the
Guided me to
disguise. And we'll get my level here. I don't think if there's anything from Karnak I could get. Trap Vine, but other than that I don't think it has particularly fast burn or poison triggers, so I'm just going to go to Hef
There's a
instead.
little fire in it.
Primordial upgrade is very nice, so now it does double damage scaling, and it also does double damage for the Obsidian enchant, so if I can start, I can just loop myself a one-shot someone, but my start time is pretty poor for now.
Let's take a tyrant's whole
Which means, where does my
kingdom.
upgrade go? Probably to my Zorcid, just to get the start time going. The other idea is Pesky Pete, but I'm going to just try and get this haste off as soon as possible. So let's see.
I may be young for a captain.
Stella's pretty
but I've
spooky.
seen
If
my
it is
share of
this
swords.
UFO stuff,
specs
hopefully
are
my
you
lethargy deals with it.
Oh, good
But
luck.
this is going to be championship belt, and some other stuff. Pretty spooky. Sometimes it's not bad, and I do 1000 damage 4 times, so pretty hard to not die. I am still essentially a burst build. I have no defense, so start time is obviously what I'm looking for. I would love a holsters.
I'm a people person, and sometimes I
That is
sell
not
stuff.
holsters. That is not holsters.
That's okay. It was nice to see you.
Kira's not super good, but my other choices aren't good either. I could go to
Relax.
could have got some gumballs perhaps, but this will do, I guess. So much for
While
health,
you're
so
doing
much for
your
damage,
part,
so much
clean
for
up
damage,
the bazaar.
so much for damage.
Warms my rusty shirt.
Have the gold to spend. This could make the difference. An extra haste on my burner cooler is interesting. Sure, even more haste.
That's been sitting there 20 years.
This is slow. This is burn. Oh, we'll just hold on to
Trash
this.
is trash.
Maybe some blunderbuss stuff can
Reuse
happen, but
everything.
it's unlikely. Would really like extra ammo on burner cooler so I can put it next to the incendiary rounds and be confident. Although it is, it's kind of close actually. Realistically, I'm waiting for the first activation, so this going off twice before. This goes off at least once before this goes off, and potentially twice as well. Yeah, I think I'll actually order it around like this in hindsight. Obviously, Juggler is insane. Could get another Zorcid if I want, but Juggler just makes my build really gaga bonkers, so I'll do that instead. Charge, one shot. Vendomander isn't bad. I mean, this is 4
See that
seconds
flag?
without the lethargy, so potentially playable, but no space.
come with no weapons.
So there is dive weights. I was saying I do want it. I'm not actually sure how much I feel about that now, because dive weights is great if you need to loop the primordial, but that's not my problem. My problem is starting. I just need to get 12 triggers as soon as possible, and so, you know, 9 seconds dive weights. It will be 1 second shorter because I'll have it next to the Zorcid. It's not the fastest thing in the world, realistically. I will replace the magma core with it, but I'm not super excited to put it on board.
But I'm
Lighter
glad
is
you bought this.
better than the portable stove. And portable stove is better than the fang, so we'll do this and just throw this over here. It's interesting. An extra starting of combat freeze might just be what I need to make sure I loot before I get killed here. I can get freeze from haste or burn, so pretty likely to get one I can make use of. from slow as well, and this does slow, but I'd like to get something a bit more reliable. So there we go. 4-second freeze on burn, which is pretty powerful, and I can get extra ammo on my little Zoicid. I could also, not Zoicid, sorry, Barnacuda. I could also enchant it. I find the ammo is going to be more reliable. So if I do something like this,
It might be salvageable.
Pesky Pete is sort of burning a hole in my inventory now. It takes 6 seconds to go off, and it's not being charged. I'd much prefer to just do something like this. But for now, I'll keep it like this. But no, your days are numbered, Pete, so keep that in mind.
But if you insist, we're out to dethrone
And obviously, I'd really like to see holsters. This is pretty scary. It's a lot of crit, and a lot of damage scaling as well. But this seems pretty slow as far as primordials go. I think mine is better. Yeah, unfortunately, I think mine is better.
Like my crew says at the bar, another round.
If I can get holsters to replace Pete, I think my build is pretty much as good as I can get it. Without some crazy enchants or cross-class items. So let's keep fishing for the holsters. So on the last day, my wanted poster no longer does anything, because if I win the game, and if I lose, it doesn't do anything, so I can actually get rid of it now. It served us well. I'm level 14, which is nice. You can see how much I had on my opponent once I see who they are. Poison enchant is beautiful, because I can slap it on my incendiary rounds, and so the primordial will get an extra charge, so now it charges itself every 4 activation, every 4 activation it charges itself 16 times, which is more than enough to loop itself, and it also can give the Barnacuda an extra activation to get the primordial started up quicker, which is nice. So now I'm even more thinking of just doing something like this. I'm just thinking of replacing Pete. So let's see. Once the Barnacuda hastes, once the Zoicid hastes the Barnacuda, it will just get the loop going off as soon as possible. So I think Pete is not really going to see us much
Not even
longer.
a battle? Maybe a skirmish.
Okay. Double Venom is nice. Kind of hard for me to make space for it in here. Because I'm already left facing, so even if I get rid of Pete, I don't know where I put this. Could put it like this, I guess. I mean, it's as far as activation goes, it's faster than Pete, but I think I'd like something a bit better than whatever nonsense this is. Okay, no holsters. Sad. Extra ammo is extremely nice though. I mean, this is probably overkill, but it's ammo, so I will click it. Okay. Not the last day, but I'm 1 win away. Stell with 1 less win than me. I have 1 level on her, which is nice. Start time is pretty slow. No holsters to talk about, but I have Barnacuda to help me get me over the edge.
You want to help me test my design?
UFO, Drone Crusher, everything diamond. Not the best enchants, he does have this haste stuff. Did get a pretty nasty freeze on the UFO though, which I think saved the day for me. It'll just go to show how important freezes are in the end game. A random freeze can almost entirely decide the outcome of the fight, so Barnacuda goes off, freezes the Saucer, he eats all of these charges as well, which is really nice. So the Sorcerer is not getting rewarded for any of these destruction charges either. Basically kills one of its activations for me, and lets me live. Let's look at that one more time. That 9,000 damage, pretty lucky all in all. My Primordial went off 6 times, so pretty good. And this shiny Venom, well actually I don't think this is accurate, I think it only went off 3 times, right? And so I got this from the Bazaarcon and taking the small enchanted, and I think when you have Primordial, that's really powerful because you can find some nasty stuff like this, cross-class enchanted items that can really help charge it in ways that you probably wouldn't have been able to. But like I said, I think Incendiary Rounds is basically necessary for any Primordial build, just because it lets you do some multicast nonsense with dive weight or the Primordial itself to get the loop going, which is very powerful. Probably would have replaced this with holsters if I had found it. I could have put a nesting doll in as well on the other side of the Incendiary Rounds, or on one side of the Incendiary Rounds for quicker triggers because it goes off every 2 seconds. But pretty good all around. Almost entirely griefed by lethargy. So luckily I did get the obsidian and the good items to loop the Primordial. Otherwise we probably would have ended up being a nightmare game. Interestingly, lethargy doesn't affect Lighthouse that much because my burn triggers are passive and I'm going to have tripwire, so my enemy is going to be burning themselves anyway. So I have had builds in the past with like lethargy plus Time Eater plus the other sort of enemy slow skill and trail markers, and just making it so my enemy can't do anything. If they do activate, I burn them. If they don't, my slow triggers go off anyway and burn them. But that is not what we played today. Played some nice old Primordial. Happy to get a Primordial game in here. Started off with some funny weapons. We had Cannonade. We got this early burn skill from Tiny Fairy Monster, allowing us to more hardly pivot into pure burn. With stuff like Zoa said, we found the Resto Fire Claw, even though we didn't get any scaling to give us some defense. Eventually we did find scaling in the way of Flashpoint Fuse, and that meant from here we could go Primordial if we found Incendiary Rounds, which we did, but we could have just as easily gone Lighthouse with a lot of small ammo triggers like Bernacuda, Pop Snappers, Shot Glasses, to scale the Lighthouse, while I just had the slow triggers in the form of Dock Lines, Tripwire, and the Lighthouse itself to do the scaling and do the damage. And on tempo, I think Lighthouse is completely playable, even strong. A defensive enchant would have got me over the edge as well. Had multiple ways to go. Could even become a blunderbuss line with the Incendiary Rounds, the blunderbuss scaling the fire damage by looping. We didn't really find the right ideas for that though early. No ammo. I did hold on to the Ramrod, but without ammo or Cannonball can be kind of tough. And I would like to scale my damage in other ways, and that normally requires crit or Cannonade or keg. I didn't have any of that. I got a nice little Primordial build and a pretty good run.